Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and today we are doing episode 3 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So yeah, it's been longer than I wanted to get back into this, but nevertheless, we are back right now. And yeah, so it's been an interesting show so far, right? Like, very different territory for Spider-Man. I think the only thing I can really compare it to, relatively in terms of media, for the Blue Swinger is probably the new animated series of Spider-Man, because, you know, artistically it's very similar, you know, the CGI is very similar. The characters, while not being the same, are very different to what is a typically known Spider-Man series, and, you know, got very, very similar vibes of being a different thing of itself, which was cool. And it's a tragedy that, you know, the new series was not continued, but that is literally all Spider-Man shows where the guy is, like, not in, you know, some weird MCU, you know, joint verse, which is a shame. But yeah, interesting stuff. Some things some people told me and that I got wrong last time. Apparently all these, like, new characters, like Pearl and Nico and, like, the lab assistants and whatnot, they're not OCs, they're actually Marvel characters from different sources that have all just been poured into this one. So that's interesting. I don't know where they're all from, but they are characters not created specifically for this series, which I thought was very interesting. Very interesting they actually decided to make a Spider-Man series with these people. So I'm curious if we'll get some of their more established stories in this show, you know, just as a way of introducing new people to them, if we'll get something accurate to what they do in, like, the comics or potentially other shows that they're in. And yeah, so that's interesting. Really didn't think it'd be anything like that. And Lonnie, I got Lonnie completely wrong last time. For some reason I thought that he was Robbie's son. But I was thinking of Randy Robertson. Randy is Robbie's son. Lonnie is the guy that becomes Tombstone. So I couldn't have been more wrong about that. But yeah, so that is a scary, you know, bit of knowledge to have there, because, you know, watching this show, you know, if there's a season 2 coming out, you gotta think, you know, this is Spider-Man. Peter's life has been way too stable right now. It's been way too good, you know, for lack of a better term. And you know that tragedy always hits this swinger. So at some point, Lonnie's probably going to go down a spiral act and become the big boss Tombstone, you know. Curious what they have in stock for that, if he'd be like, you know, his typical Tombstone Mercy for Hire kind of gig, or if he'd be like a mob boss like what Spectacular did, because, you know, Kingpin is almost never a thing in Spider-Man nowadays. But yeah, you know, good stuff there. But at the moment, we're kind of in the shitter, because Norman now knows that Peter is Spider-Man, because Spidey, you know, Peter didn't account for camera systems being a part of modern technology security. And that's not good. That is not good. So yeah, I'm interested to get into this. I'm excited. You know, like I said, this has been a pretty good start to a new Spider-Man show in general. Hope you guys are excited as well. Let's do this. Alright guys, episode 3 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's do it.
I'm offering you an exclusive internship, Peter.
Yes.
I just gotta say, gross. You're seriously gonna work for Norman Osborn?
Hey, he's alright.
Lonnie's actually pretty cool.
Presumably.
He's like a nice guy.
He's got muscles, popularity, Pearl.
Yep. His life is perfect.
You saved my life.
Oh, I forgot that was Harry.
I don't want to go to this party without you, though.
Text me the address and I'll meet you there.
Oh, I'm going to exterminate you!
Life is way too good, you know. There's some struggle, of course, but not nearly enough for Peter Parker.
Wants a word with you.
The writers despise this guy.
You're Spider-Man.
Yep. That is, like I said, that's very, very not good. Still love this old school retro 90s, like not even 90s, way back in the 60s style comic intro. Like I said, I know that most Spider-Man series just don't get a conclusion because RIP. I wonder if the first one got a conclusion. I don't know if, like, big finales were a thing back then. Probably not, 'cause that was, like, 60s or whatnot. But I don't know if that show at least finished. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. That's a great shot of Norman.
So, you're Spider-Man. We'll talk more soon.
A little bit.
But your secret is safe with me. So, you're Spider-Man. So,
Oh, really? That's it? You're just gonna let him go after that? Really? Oh, that's kind of cute. Nico's actually his wallpaper.
What?
I said you're dead, dude. You lost.
Yeah. Good game.
Wow.
Thanks, I really am great. Anyway, what happened to you last night? You left me hanging at that jock festival.
Like, if Norman knows, you gotta let the best friend
Yeah,
know.
I'm sorry about
Like,
that.
come on.
You should be. I had to have a conversation with someone named Sweaty.
It's just weird seeing Peter
about
with,
how
like,
lo-fi music
a
is
female
timeless.
friend.
I
Like,
hope you're
honestly,
also
that is
feeling
not Peter
better,
Parker
but
at all.
Only slightly.
It was surprising.
Got Ben and
No,
May
if
back
you
in
need help
the
getting out,
picture.
hit me up.
Blue
I have
hair as
so
well,
many
because of
suggestions on
course.
how to burn bridges.
Quit? No way. Why would I quit? Everything is going fine. Better than fine, really. Like, super fine.
Sure,
quit if you wanted
say
to.
So, Pete. Sounds like you need to de-stress. Ooh, this art house theater is doing a kung fu movie marathon tonight. If you want to check it out.
Really? Wait. Sorry, I can't.
Aw.
Mr. Osborn wanted to meet with me for dinner tonight. Says he wants to pick my brain.
I assume you mean that literally.
Yeah.
Don't.
Very, very maybe.
Oh, hey, Peter.
Hi, Miss O'Hara.
Nico, it looks
Oh,
like
this
one
is
of your
Nico's
foster brothers made a bit
place.
of a mess in the
Oh.
kitchen. Could you give me a hand real quick?
Okay, I was wrong about that then.
Well, keep your guard up, Pete. Those big CEO types are always trying to take advantage of the little guy.
See, what you're saying isn't wrong.
There's nothing to worry about.
But oh god.
Fine. You're just meeting up with Norman.
You really
Osborn
brought your
to discuss the fact that
backpack
he
to
knows
it as well.
Spider-Man. This is totally, perfectly, incredibly fine. Whoa.
You not got like any upper class like suit or anything? Just your school gear? You've been sweating in those clothes, you know.
I trust you had no trouble finding the place.
I may have gotten turned around a bit. Sorry for being late. But it looks like I beat everyone else here.
I rented it out,
I
bro.
wanted our conversation to be a bit more private, so I took the liberty of renting out the entire restaurant.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes, Mr. Osborn. What can I get for you and your associate?
Peter?
Oh.
Oh my god.
I please get... Whoa! I mean...
Prices.
I will have a glass of water, please.
No, everything is on me, Peter. Please.
Seriously.
Mr. Osborn, that's so kind, but
Those
really, I couldn't...
those
No,
triple
I-
digits are pennies to him. Maybe not even.
Well, if you insist.
Eat like a king.
Well, your appetite is extremely...
I like how he's still got water.
I'd ask where you're putting all that food, but I imagine you burn quite a lot of energy during your part-time job.
Yeah.
Look, Mr. Osborn, I know what you think you saw on that
Shrimp.
video yesterday,
Cool.
but after giving it some thought, I can only conclude that it's someone on your security team playing a prank on you.
A prank by my security team.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
That's a big coat, bro.
Is interesting. Namely because the camera that captured that footage was one of my own personal security cameras. Monitored by me, and
Yeah.
only me. Meaning, no one other than me has access to it.
Look, bro.
That's why it's such a good prank.
Just
Come
give.
on, Peter.
Just give, you know?
You'd have been better off just saying you were friends with Spider-Man.
Oof.
Okay, you're right. Ugh. I am Spider-Man. Just please don't tell my Aunt May. She's under enough stress. She doesn't need to know about this.
Huh. Look at you. Even when someone knows...
Alright, my camera cut out there. Don't know why. just does that sometimes because, of course. But anyway, let's keep going.
The things I've seen you do as your alter ego. Whether it's stopping a petty theft here and there, or saving a bus full of passengers from a runaway vehicle.
Mr.
Wow.
Osborn, I
They even
don't...
got that shot from MCU.
I do. Yeah, a few weeks ago I stopped some muggers from robbing that guy.
You also
I
swung out of nowhere.
still can't believe he
and saved that
smashed
boy
a brick
from being
over
hit
his
by a
head.
truck. Do you remember that?
What happened to Spider-Man doesn't kill?
That boy you saved is my son.
Like, that smashed!
From that
The
day,
brick broke.
I vowed I would find Spider-Man and repay him for saving Harry's life. It only took a moment of looking past that homemade suit to see the genius of his webbing. Fluid, yet durable. The firing mechanisms on his wrists. So the question became,
But
who
you...
created these?
You need an
Most of the
upgrade,
greatest
honestly.
scientific minds are already working in Oscorp. But after checking the usual suspects, I realized the person wasn't among us. That meant they must be younger.
Yes.
Soon enough, I'd narrowed it down to 4 brilliant minds.
What is this
Amadeus,
silly calculation?
Jean, and you,
Oh my
Peter.
god.
I theorized that one of you could be assisting Spider-Man, so I started the Oscorp internship to keep an eye on each of you. And
Wow.
imagine my surprise when I discovered you aren't just assisting him, you actually are Spider-Man.
Imagine getting changed in Oscorp!
So the only question now, Peter,
What a
is
fool.
What do you need?
I'm sorry?
What do you need? What can I do to make your life easier? As I
God.
mentioned, your webbing is incredible, but the rest of your attire could definitely use an upgrade.
Honestly, it's garbage.
Mild electric shock in the suit.
It's
ward
such
off the
crap.
trackers, police scanner wired into the mask.
The tubes have got to go.
I actually already have a scanner wired into the mask.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You're an extremely clever young man, Peter. Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm thinking we get you a suit with a bit more durable fabric, including an extensive GPS system. Could be
Oh my
more helpful.
God.
Am I right?
Yeah, he really is
Okay,
just
maybe
being
you'll
the
be out of
Tony
trouble. Is
Stark
that too
with,
much? Yeah,
like,
trouble.
technically Tony Stark, I guess, existing in this world already.
Mr. Osborn, I really appreciate you wanting to help me, sincerely, but I need to do this alone.
I don't know if we'd go classic
The
suit,
day I
though.
got these powers, I wasn't sure why.
I feel like they'd want to
Why
go
me? Why
somewhere
not
else with this show.
Someone else. Someone that could have been the next Captain America instead of some kid from Queens. But now I truly believe that I have these powers to help people, to protect them as Spider-Man. And if that means endangering myself, I'm okay with that. But you helping me could put you or the nice people at Oscorp in danger.
Nah.
You offered me an internship because you wanted to find Spider-Man, but maybe it's safer if neither Spider-Man or Peter Parker are working with Oscorp.
Bro, he's a big CEO.
Peter, I can assure you that I can take care of myself.
As if he'd care.
But I respect your concern. I'll also respect your wishes while promising you that your secret will stay between us. That said, I do hope that you'll reconsider staying on at Oscorp. You're obviously more than qualified, and we're lucky to have you.
See, right
Regardless
now,
of what Spider-Man
he owes
does,
you.
Peter Parker.
But when he
has a
doesn't,
bright future ahead of him.
well,
But if you do decide to back out of the internship, I'll completely understand.
has there ever been
At
one
least,
series where
I'd
Norman
like to
was
accommodate
genuinely
you
just
for your first day.
Mr.
just
Osborn,
good?
You don't have to do that.
It's already
like
done.
end of
It's the
series?
least
He
I
hasn't
can
turned
do.
into a green psycho.
Thank you again, Peter. On behalf of me and my son.
Let's say $1,000.
First
Oh,
day.
Mr. Osborn, you don't have to do that.
It's already done. It's the least I can do. Thank you again, Peter.
$1,000.
On behalf of me and my son.
Nice. I don't know how checks work. I don't know if you have to actually write it out words, or you can just just use numbers.
We're definitely in the right place, though.
Oh, what do you say? What do you say?
He says to put the money in the dumpster.
There's nothing in here but garbage. Let me see that phone.
Look, it says to put the money
Yeah.
in the trash. What do we have to lose?
I don't know, James. Maybe several $1,000s?
Lady, shut up and put the money in.
Maria,
Why'd you involve this
guy's
girl?
Supposed to be legit. If he's half as good as I've heard, we'll make that money back in no time. And if he's not, we'll kick his ass and take our money back.
If you say so.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Pleasure doing business with you.
He's good for it then.
You're a genius, baby.
Okay, for a second there it got me. I thought it was just clothes.
Mr. Osborne told me to take
Oh,
the
man.
leftovers. I don't know if you've ever had scallops, but they are pretty good.
Leftovers?
With all the boxes.
Nonsense.
Clearing out some closet space. Figured I might as well go through this stuff and sell a few things we don't need online.
You're selling this stuff?
I'm sure we can get a few bucks for it. I mean, that sewing machine is basically new. I think you're the only one who ever used it for your, what was it?
A home economics project. That's,
Sure.
That's why I needed it. Nothing.
We're getting rid of the sewing machine. We might need a new
Yeah,
suit.
right, that was it. Huh. I'll list it as like new.
Well, I guess that's my point, May. I mean, most of this stuff is either new or, well, belonged to Ben.
You know, I thought it would be hard, Peter, but it's okay. I mean, sometimes things just gotta get done, whether you want to do them or not. Okay, well, let's see what else I got hiding back there, huh?
Yeah, now the more well-known struggles of the
I can't believe
of the
you're
guys
gonna tell
coming up
Mr.
now.
CEO billionaire Norman Moneybacks Osborne to take his job and shove it.
Okay, I didn't say any of that. I'm not
Yeah.
telling Mr. Osborne to shove it, and I'm not even sure I should quit.
Pete, I completely understand staying there to help your aunt. But I should say, if May knew the only reason you were staying at Oscorp was because of her,
She tell me to quit.
Look,
I know.
man, money troubles, okay?
this is
It's
so
life.
difficult.
It happens.
Peter!
Okay.
Go! Over here!
Bills before
I
morals,
brought my
people.
lunch.
Seriously,
You go ahead.
that
I'll grab us
you
some
may not like it, but that's just the
Hey,
way the world
Edie.
is.
Pearl? Hey, Lonnie.
My man, Peter Parker. Your lunch is on me today, bro.
My God, this guy is too
Thank you,
perfect.
but there's no need to do that.
Nah, man, I got you.
He's
I
too
just found
good.
out from Mr. Taylor that we aced our first lab experiment.
No way, really?
really, Lonnie's been
Very
bragging
cool.
about it for the last hour.
It's a big
Nice.
deal. The first of many A-pluses for the Lincoln Parker Dream Team.
I feel so
Happy that you
bad.
got such a great grade, but
because
come on, you did more than
I
your
know
fair
it's
share of
gonna
the
go
work.
so bad
Yeah,
at
but
some
let me
point.
treat you. It's
Like,
a huge week for us.
it's just the
Ravens
way
dominated the
Peter
defense.
works.
We're killing it in Mr. Taylor's class. Pearl's gonna break like 30 records at her swim meet today.
Cute.
And you just started your internship.
You should probably just give in and let him buy your lunch, Petey.
All right, you win, but I am paying next time.
You drive a hard bargain, but I'll agree to that. Oh, there with
Aw.
me. Pearl, you and Peter go grab seats.
Thanks, Lon.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Ooh.
Oh, right. I forgot I chipped in on pizza after the game.
Oof. How is Peter not the poorest person in school?
Lonnie, where's your lunch? You know better than to eat light on training days.
If you want half my sandwich, Lonnie, go for it. You technically own it.
Oh, thanks, Peter, but I'm cool. Ooh, 1 sec. Hey, Mom, what's up? Wait, slow down. Take a deep breath.
So,
Oh, dear.
how's your internship going? I bet you've already
What's
impressed
that,
them and earned
a
full-time
burrito?
job.
No, it's kind of complicated. I mean,
Hey, Pearl, could you please give me a ride home?
Oh, yeah, of course. Is everything okay?
I'll explain on the way. Thanks.
I'll talk to you later, Petey.
You can leave school in the middle of the
Don't
day?
mind if I do.
Okay.
What? I'm like 93% sure they're not coming back.
Then you'd be right.
We're almost there, Lon.
Thank you again, Pearl. I mean it.
It's okay. I've never been to your house before. I didn't realize you stayed so far from school.
For good reason.
Yeah. This isn't how I wanted you to come over for the first time.
What the hell? Daddy getting arrested, I assume?
Thank you, Pearl. You don't know how much I appreciate this. I'll call you later. Dad, is everything okay?
Hey, man. Go sit with your mom for a bit.
Hey, Mom. Where's Dre?
In his room. And he'll be lucky if he ever leaves it again.
So what happened?
I was getting ready to go to the laundromat. But when I open the front door, I find a cop walking up with your brother. He tells
Okay.
me Andre was vandalizing a building with some hoodlums, calling themselves the 110th Street Gang.
Well, that's not as bad as I was
Okay.
expecting,
Since when is
honestly.
Dre hanging out with a gang?
I thought someone would have
That's
died.
what I'd like to know. Lonnie, when I opened the door and saw that police officer, my heart dropped. And when I saw Andre standing next to him, I didn't know whether to be relieved or
Honestly, when you see a cop at the door and you've done nothing wrong, first assumption is death. Oh, that's not good.
As requested, I present the most valuable rings in our collection.
Who the hell?
When it comes to love, I believe you should spare no expense.
Oh, yeah. We couldn't agree more. Isn't that right, honey?
These two randos.
In fact, we might just take them all.
Oh wow, they are rigged up.
This is pretty cool. I bet Uncle Ben would flip if he knew I was getting pics on his camera from all the way up here.
I mean, 'tis what it is. Oh my god, nice.
Uh-oh.
Backup at jewelry store on Lexington Avenue. Repeat, 2 suspects armed and dangerous.
Okay, Spidey.
I'm gonna assume this is the part where his costume gets fucked up and he's like, oh, no sewing machine anymore. Might need a new suit from a big corp.
That's the problem with you guys.
You never know when to quit.
Aw, look at you two finishing each other's sentences. It'd be cute if you weren't violently attacking people. I'll tell you what. You guys surrender peacefully, and I will ask the cops to give you adjoining cells. Deal?
I'll have you out in a sec, babe.
Yeah, sorry, miss, but you can't tear those webs. Holy... Are you one of those CrossFit people?
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip him apart.
Don't take too long. We got other places to hit.
I hear ya. Try that little web trick again now that I'm ready for you.
Well, since you asked so nicely. What the...
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh. Ooh, ooh. Dude, you are wasting fluid!
You brought a knife to a web fight? That's actually really smart.
Yeah, see, this is where, like, you know, the tubes on the arms, they become a liability. They restrict movement. They can very easily be pulled.
What dating app did you meet on? Burglar?
Alright, that was a good one.
Time out! Okay, time in!
Wow.
Oh no! That was close.
For real.
You're dead!
Jesus Christ, they really mastered these weapons fast, like, seriously.
What's the matter, bug boy?
Where's all the jokes now?
It's almost a little too good for just street-level potatoes. And he took on, like, the flame guy last time, like, easily.
What the hell are you thinking?
Calm down, Lonnie.
Are you kidding me? You got mom at home worried sick and you're telling me to calm down? You're lucky I'm not dragging you out of here by your neck.
Man, how'd you even find me?
You're on a family plan, genius. I could track your phone. Now come on.
Family plan?
That kind of makes him a liability, honestly, if he can be tracked.
Right, man. Damn.
Hey, we're leaving. We don't want any problems.
Neither do we. But it looks like we got one.
We found their base.
I mean, you so rudely walked into my establishment without so much as an introduction, but I'm a gracious host, so I'll start things off. I'm Big Donovan, leader of the 110th Street Gang.
Big Donovan?
Oh, I know damn well who you are, kid. You're the talk of Harlem, see? You're NFL bound, hell. I made a couple stacks off the Ravens myself, Lincoln.
Cool.
Yeah, but despite me knowing who you are, I'm not gonna let you walk out of here with one of my people.
This isn't one of your people. That's my little brother, and he's not staying here.
See, now that's where you're wrong. Dre came to us. He's our little brother now, and nobody leaves this family.
Oof.
Not the way they'd like to.
Look, man, he already got picked up by the cops once. He's no good for you. We don't have to make a thing out of this.
Sorry, Superstar, it's not that easy.
You gotta either trade or it's not going.
Fine. Me for my brother.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
I join your group and do what you want. You leave my brother alone.
Alright, can't lie.
Good
It's
trade.
a hell of a trader.
Lonnie, that's crazy. Okay, Mom and Dad are gonna flip out.
Hey kid, the grown-ups are talking. How about you go on home?
I'm not going anywhere without my
You
brother.
heard him, Dre. Go home.
This is your fault. Surprised no one got beat up at all there. But now he's in a bad crowd that he doesn't want. Yeah, we become Tombstone and take it over.
Hospital. Please. So much for Bug Boy.
Surrender! You have nowhere to go!
Yeah? We'll see about that.
You ready to finish this, babe?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, like, at least go for the girl first. Like, she has not got the speed.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man, can you hear me?
Hello? God?
Wow.
It's me, Spidey.
Spider-Man, it's Norman.
God.
Where are you?
I'm in my office. I saw a stream online of your current predicament and I figured I could help.
Well, thanks. But why can I hear you?
I used one of the Oscorp communication satellites to hack into your phone and scanner.
Wow, wow.
Oh.
Based Norman!
We'll discuss it later. Now,
Yeah.
I've noticed that your opponents are getting...
He's the guy in the chair. Like, actually, what?
It is a little weird considering all the PDA.
That means the tech they're using must be new. They aren't fully used to it.
Which means they're
I
not
mean,
able to make mistakes.
For not being pretty used to it, they're doing good.
Nothing can go that fast without some kind of signal when it goes into overdrive. Try listening out for that, Peter.
Right, can do, Mr. Osborn. Okay, Spider-Man versus Bonnie and Clyde. Round 2. Oh, ding ding.
Yeah. There it is.
Now.
Does he have spider sense in this series? I don't get why they're phasing that out.
I dodged him. Wow, hey buddy, you call that fast? You know, my old
I don't
spider
think he
granny can run
does.
faster than you.
Which is a shame.
No crap.
Oh, will you just kill him already?
Please work, please work, please work, please work.
Is that GG? Looks like GG to me. That's interesting, it went yellow. And then they threw up in each other.
Oops.
My mother was right about you.
Don't move! Suspect apprehended. Got him.
Huh. It's the same symbol I saw on old Hothead's flamethrowers. Thanks for your help.
Oh my God! Oh, what are you doing up there?
Nice.
Don't scare me like that.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Mr. Osborn, sorry, I didn't mean to... Yeah, now that I think about it, that was pretty dumb. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. And I was happy to help you. Between us, it looks as if you needed it.
I mean, I would have figured it out eventually. It's, you know... Okay. No, I definitely needed the help.
Sure.
Actually, I've been thinking over your offer, Mr. Osborn. If tonight proved anything, it's that maybe I do need someone in my corner.
Well, I'd be happy to offer you any help you need. But of course, I respect your wishes.
A new suit would be nice.
Yeah. And I've made my choice. Welcome to the team, Mr. Osborn.
Wow, imagine saying that to him.
Welcome to the 110. Lonnie Lincoln.
Oh dear. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're really building up the origin of Tombstone in this story. It's gonna make it so tragic, like, again, they're all about kind of changing origins and, you know, making new things in this, like, Doctor Strange, what the hell is Strange doing in this, you know? But they're all about changing up origins and whatnot, so I'm not even sure if necessarily we'll get, like, chemical, like, hard as steel skin Tombstone, you know, or if we'll just go like Lonnie like this or whatever. But yeah. Woo! The Marvel Animation presents The Spider-Man. Alright, cool stuff. Yeah, they're really building up the tragedy of Tombstone in this story. Like I said, good thing I actually, like, got told that, like, it was Tombstone, because, yeah, like, major brain rot last time. But, yeah. So, that's not good, you know? Like, ironically, Peter's luck is starting to turn up. Like, they're doing the classic, you know, money troubles that comes with Peter Parker as a character and whatnot with May and, you know, all that stuff, but genuinely, outside of that, I mean, Peter's life has been pretty good at this point, you know? Friends, respect amongst peers, you know, a job, like... This is one of the most, like... This is one of the better lives I've ever seen of the character, and, you know, that's just... It's crazy because it's so not Spider-Man, but ironically now, they're pushing all of, like, the typical struggles that Peter has onto Lonnie, and obviously they're building up, like, Tombstone. You know, and they have added some core elements in there, like obviously, like the friendship on the personal side of things. You know, Lonnie and Peter are friends at this point. You know, his life was going well. Obviously, it feels like the stress of what's happening in his life right now is going to start building. They're going to start building walls between his personal life and his friendship, you know, with Peter, and probably even his relationship with Pearl and whatnot. The fact they've even added, like, the whole Peter has a crush on Pearl thing will probably be brought up as a way to turn Lonnie from Peter, you know, in some regard. Like, they're just building up this big problem that, you know, it's going to end up in tragedy. Like, I don't know if we're going to go, like, a death or anything, but obviously Lonnie is going to be a big problem at some point, and I'm curious if this is going to be, like, a solely Season 1 problem, or if we'll go further than that. But yeah, very interesting stuff there, you know, we're really focusing, like, the home life of Lonnie at this point to where he feels like the second main character in the story at this point. He's definitely the second main focused person at this point, which is, yeah, they're building to it, and when it happens, it's going to be big. And you know, I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to it, but obviously it is quite bad, you know. But yeah, that's going on. Obviously now Norman and Peter have like a strange bond going on right now. Like, it's very strange. Like I said, it's hard just to ever trust a variant of Norman, no matter how nice he seems on the surface level, because this is Norman Osborn we're talking about. Like, name me a single story where he isn't, like, insane and a villain, you know? Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, everything's okay right now, you know? Things seem okay in Peter's life right now. But going forward, you know, it's probably not going to stay that way, and... You know, the fact that Norman already knows Peter's identity before he's even become the Goblin, like, that's scary to think about. That is, you know, he knows all of Peter's personal life secrets, so, like, that's going to be terrifying to think of at a point where Norman, you know, probably has a hidden agenda in there. You know, he basically has, like, a hero under the palm of his hand right now, you know, so, I mean... What's that gonna do? Does he have any alternate agendas, you know, for Peter? All of this is, like, the grooming phase, and we'll see what his plan is months to even possibly years in the future with him. Like, you know, what's going on here? You know? But it is going to be interesting to see where we actually do go with that, you know, as well as just how much help he can be for Peter right now. Because like I said, that suit, it's an alright suit, but It's not really ideal for being Spider-Man, you know, like it's far too much is going on with it. A much more slender design would be nice, and I get the feeling we are going to see that, you know. A new suit would go a long way, and I'm definitely curious to see what we're going to get with that going forward. The tech stuff, I'm not even sure what to make of it, you know. It's in a weird spot where this show is actively using characters and themes from outside of Spider-Man's typical universe of rogues, so I'm not even sure to make like a prediction on who like this this weapons dealer is, because, you know, it could quite literally be anyone from Marvel at this point, you know. I genuinely don't know. Like Tinkerer maybe, could be Sable, like maybe like Sable Gear, I don't know, like possibly that. I don't know. I don't know who's making these machines, you know, like Kingpin, I doubt, because we've already introduced like the gang stuff, you know, like I don't know, like, of, like, the known potatoes, like, Otto, I don't assume would be doing, like, you know, like, deals like this. I don't know. We'll probably see it pretty soon, if I had to imagine, but, yeah. It is what it is. But, guys, that's episode 3 of your Funny Neighborhood Spider-Man. Still on a pretty good course right now, you know. Peter's life isn't in total shambles just yet. But this is a Spider-Man-centric show, so it's all about the, you know, the inevitability of it all. You know, it is going to happen at some point. We just don't know how long it's going to take. But it is coming. You know, tragedy always strikes the web swinger. But yeah, guys, that does it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time.